Alternate picking can be an absolute pain in the backside when you are first starting out with it, and also as well when you want to progress and become really quite advanced in it as a technique. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you some very simple exercises that you can do to get it down and get it under your fingers. So first things first, the easiest way to start looking at your alternate picking is to look at just playing one note on the guitar over and over again. So anyone who has ever seen some famous videos from a great guitar player called Paul Gilbert will know that he recommended doing this some years ago when he did his videos called Intense Rock. I think it was those videos. But anyway, it's obviously a genius idea, because one of the problems that people suffer with when they are looking at their alternate picking is the synchronization between both hands when they're looking at moving through a scale or something. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at taking one note and just playing it over and over again. So if I play what's written in the tab here, all I have is the A note at the 5th fret on my E string. And what I'm going to look at doing is trying to play it in 16th note fashion like this. By 16th note fashion, I mean counting on 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E. Now, something that's very important with this is getting the grip of your pick correct and making sure that you're moving in the right way. There will always be people out there that will say, well, I grip it differently and so does this. Well, I don't know, Steve Morse does this, and then Marty Friedman does that, and there's always going to be lots of different opinions. But having studied all of this very intensely for quite a number of years now, I would say that there is a common denominator amongst the great players that you will see out there, like Vinnie Moore or Guthrie Govan or Paul Gilbert or Steve Vai or John Petrucci. Like, the list is endless as to how many people do what I'm talking about here, which is to hold the pick purely between the thumb and the first finger. So what you really want to do with this, if I just get rid of the tab here for a second, is make sure that the pick is on the side of this finger. Okay, and then if I'm looking at the pick that I use is quite a pointy plectrum. I'm using a Jim Dunlop Flow 2.0. That does not mean that you have to use one of these particular plectrums. You can use any plectrum you like, but I like to have a pick which is quite pointed. As you can see, that's got quite a pointed tip. So where I would put the pick is on the side of my finger, so that that pointed part is pointing through where you would see this shiny bit of your nail. So if I grip the pick and then come over here and take it away so you can see what I'm doing, the pick tip looks as if it's pointing through where my nail would be. You then curl your finger back a bit like you're pulling a trigger, and then put your thumb in the middle of the plectrum, so that now when I come back over to my guitar, I can follow the angle from my elbow into the arm, into how my hand is, then into the pick. So my pick is basically hitting the string at a 45-esque degree angle. Over my shoulder here, on the pictures that you see on my wall, there's a great guitar player called Frank Gambale who talks about that 45-degree pick angle quite a lot, and you'll also find people like Paul Gilbert, who's a famous alternate picker, will say about pushing the pick over to the side of your finger so that you can slice through the string rather than hit the string dead on, like so. If you hit the pick, if the pick strikes the string dead on, what you'll find is that your pick is going to resist the string. So going back to my exercise quickly here. So what you want to do when you've got your guitar on you, if you don't have it right now, is you just want to take one note. And now I've picked an A on the E string there, but you just want to be able to work on trying to play it over and over and over again. And then what I'm doing here is I'm adding a bit of palm muting, but you could do that open if you wanted to. Add your palm muting. You can work on playing the notes very hard and very loud, or softer. Loud, open, and also as well, if you pick along the length of the string in different places, you'll find you get different tones all the way along the length of the string. Okay, so that's something that I would recommend trying to do. And where this exercise is coming from, you can see that I've got this tab up on the screen. If you've been following my channel just recently, you will know that I am taking my students here on my YouTube channel through my High Intensity Guitar Technique Book 1. That is no longer available on Amazon as a printed copy. It's available only as a digital book, which is on my website. Now, what I've also done, when I made the digital books, I basically created a course that would go along with the books to help people make the most of the books, really. Now, as that is a bonus course, what I've done is I've just made that freely available to anyone who's watching this YouTube channel. So you can go straight to my website and you can get that with free access right now. So the link is in the description, or it's in the bio links on my channel. Just go straight across there and you can get free access to that right now. So let's talk about some more things that you can do with your picking. Let's go through to the next example in the book. What I've done here is I've basically put a rest at the end of this next version of the exercise. So we're going to go 1E and a 2E and a stop. Now that's because when people were practicing this, and I was getting them to just practice their alternate picking over and over and over and over and over again, there was a lot of people going, oh, I've got pain in my elbow and I've got issues when I'm playing it and all that stuff. So we put this in. So now you can practice this in a number of different ways just on that one note. Now I'm going to add a bit of an extra thing that I do talk about this in the book, but I'm going to get you to do it with me right now, where what I'm going to do, if you've got your guitar, you can try and play this along with me right now. This is a great exercise that I've got a whole bunch of my students to do, which is effectively what I want to look at doing is take the A note that we're alternate picking, but what you want to do is you want to try and play that same exercise on all of the A's in one octave of the guitar. Now this will be an interesting thing for people that are watching this. If you're going, okay, I don't actually know the notes on the guitar neck, you're not going to be able to find all of the A's in one octave. So by one octave of the guitar, I mean up to the 12th fret. So if you are working on playing a more advanced level of guitar playing, you absolutely ought to know the notes on the fretboard. And if you don't know the notes on the fretboard, that is something that you need to remedy rather quickly. So the A note that we're looking for, 5th fret on the E string, 12th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, 10th fret on the B string, and then 5th fret on the high E. So what we're going to aim to do against a backing track, I've got like a fusion-y sort of funk rock fusion jam thing going on in the background here. We're going to play that alternate picking exercise on all of these different A's, but what we would go is 1E and a 2E and a stop, move to the next one, 1E and a 2E and a stop, move, and do that for all of the A's. Then come back. Now, why this sort of thing is such a good exercise is because you're working on two things at once, which is working on a bit of technique. And this, for a lot of people, there'll be a lot of people watching this that'll go, well, this is super basic. You've got to imagine there's loads of people out there who really can't grasp the idea of alternate picking. So if you remove the hassle of string crossing, it makes it much, much easier to do. So this is for those people out there who really need the help with it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is against this backing track, we've just got an A minor 7 valve. I'm going to play through those locations of that. Now, a lot of guitar players out there will think the alternate picking thing is easy, but they won't be able to play straight through those A's because they won't know the notes on the fretboard well enough. So this is a challenge for anyone out there just to see how you get on with it. So I'll count us in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go for it, okay? All of the A's in one octave, all the way up, and then all the way back down. Here we go. And 1, 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, and back down. 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string, 6th string, and we'll stop there. Okay, so there are some pointers for you on your alternate picking. If also you don't know the notes on the fretboard, you've probably got more issues around your guitar playing than you maybe thought you had. So if you are looking for a super structured method of learning that will get you learning your fretboard inside and out, perfecting your technique, and then playing all the music that you want to, you might also want to book in a free class with me where you can do that at the Cutting Edge Guitar website. The link for that is also in my bio links on my YouTube home page, whatever it's called. Okay guys, that's it for this particular lesson. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you like what I'm doing here, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.